please welcome Michael McGuire. Should I put this up like that? Is that good?
That's good.
You can change it.
So, when one is a young artist living in New York City on your own, you learn how to say yes a lot. You need to make friends, you need to build alliances, and you need to generate income. So you learn how to say yes a lot. As it's said, artists become jack of all trades because you need to learn how to do a lot of things to support yourself while you're pursuing your passion. And hopefully those are things that you will learn that one day will actually inform your art. This is certainly true of someone like me who was a high school dropout with absolutely zero skills. All of my friends had gone off to college. They thought I was the cool one. I was living in New York. I had a studio apartment out in Brooklyn. I was chasing down auditions, handing out headshots. In truth, I was envious of them because they were still in a safe environment. They were in a nurturing and fostering environment. And I was in New York City on my own, navigating a seascape of anxiety and panic, waiting for my ship to come in. So I would say yes to just about anything. Data entry, sure, I can do that. Can you drive a truck? Yeah, sure, I can do that. Are you a good carpenter? You bet. I also got fired a lot. And I had a mouth. It was my defense mechanism for covering up the deep well of self-doubt. Wanted, short order cook, Slade's Restaurant, Brooklyn, New York. It's in the neighborhood. Yeah, I can do that. I couldn't cook shit. I basically subsisted on bong hits and ramen noodles. I had no business being in a New York City kitchen. But there I was. This was a crack team of New York City short order cooks. They were the best in the business. They were fast, they were fascinating, they were a well-oiled machine. They were incredible to watch. And I think they hired me because they needed an omega. I was kind of their jester. But they were showing me stuff, and it was very, very cool. Eventually, I made my way up to the line, and I was dropping fries and prepping hamburgers and sending out salads. And it was great. And now, New Year's Day is my birthday, and I had the day off. So all my friends came back from college, and we went to this house party and had a great time, and I came back to my apartment about 9 o'clock in the morning. And the plan for that day was that I was going to hang out with my mom and my stepdad, and my birthday treat was going to be my stepfather's killer chocolate chip cookies. If anybody knows me, the way to my heart is a chocolate chip cookie. And that's what the plan was for that day. And the phone rings. I figured it's probably a birthday message, so I pick it up, and it's the restaurant. The entire kitchen staff had gone out for New Year's Eve somewhere outside of the city and gotten some hellified trouble, and they were all in jail up in Rockland County, and they weren't coming back till Monday morning. Could I come in and work the New Year's Day brunch? Well, yeah, sure. How bad could it be? I mean, breakfasts at Slade's were typically super busy, and I avoided them like the plague. You know, like flipping an omelet was like the extent of my finesse. But I figured New Year's Day, everybody's like me, right? I mean, they're drunk, they're coming home, they're just getting in, they're still sleeping. Who's going to come? I'm going to crack a few eggs, go home, no problem. So, yeah, I can do that. And I started making my way through Brooklyn Heights, beautiful day, on my way over to the restaurant. And I see this incredibly long line of people going up Montague Street to Henry Street and then all the way down to Pierpont. And I thought, wow, this is cool. It must be some New Year's Day event on the Brooklyn Promenade. Maybe there's like live music or something. So I turn the corner and that line stops right in front of Slade's Restaurant. And I see Beth, the manager. She's out front in her pink sweater, and she sees me and she goes, "Hey, yay, the cook is here." And there's this applause that goes up all the way up Montague Street, around the corner into Pierpont. And so I walk over to Beth and I look right at her and I say, "What the fuck is a hollandaise sauce?" Like, what's actually in that shit? And she looked at me and we kind of shared this look of like, I am entirely unqualified for this moment. And I look at Elaine, the bartender, as I walk in, and I say, just get them drunk. Just start sending Bloody Marys over the bars. And I go to the back, and Beth's boyfriend, Nick, is in there, and he's still in his tuxedo from the night before, and he's cracking eggs. And I just jump in there, and Beth's washing pans, and Nick found this binder that had the mise en place for all of the recipes for the menu. And then it begins. And the restaurant business is actually kind of cool because there's a dance, there's a rhythm to it. The people come in, you start hearing the voices, you hear the movement of the chairs and the furniture, and the music goes on, and the waiters are running back and forth, and you hear the clinking of glasses. And the tickets come in, and you make the food, and the plates go out, you put the tickets down, and more tickets come up. And Nick stood on a milk crate in his tuxedo with that binder, basically expediting me, like a carnival barker, shouting recipes out at me, expediting, drop fries now, you need more Western omelet stuff here, and he just kind of ran the kitchen while I slung food around. And the next thing I know, it's dark out, and the dining room is kind of quiet, and no food had come back. And Beth comes into the kitchen, and she's a little tipsy now from the Bloody Marys that Elaine's been sending over the bar. And she says, Michael, there's someone here to see you. And I said, oh. Go out in the dining room, and my mom and my stepdad are walking through the dining room with a platter of chocolate chip cookies. And we sat in the back, drinking champagne and eating chocolate chip cookies. And on New Year's Day, on my 21st birthday in 1986, I fed the entirety of Brooklyn Heights a New Year's Day brunch. And I was able to do it because I knew that I couldn't. I was able to do it because I took the onus off myself and I accepted the help. And I realized that all those times I was saying, yeah, I can do that, I was really saying, maybe. I'll try my best.